to Saxthorpe Farms, and a few things have cropped up in the sales. The first is the DeWolf harvester. I was very tempted, but I didn't think we should spend more money than we actually have on a harvester for one crop at the moment. We are going to get the Grimmy Ridger that is on offer though, because it's 73% off. It's quite old. It's got a lot of hours on it, but with how much we may end up using this or not doing root crops, I think it's a really good price. I thought I'd set the delivery point to here, but obviously not. We're going to do that because there is also a telehandler in the sale, and we could really do with one of those. So it's not Deutz, it is a glass Scorpion, which is a really nice telehandler. It's 55% off. Again, it's, it's 3 years old. It's got 40 odd hours on the clock, but the amount we're going to be using it, don't think it's a problem. So we're going to pick that up. It will make doing stuff around the cow farm a whole lot easier. The little Deutz was cool, but it was kind of hard to get stuff in the mixer, which made it feel really unrealistic. So yeah, we do need to get some tools though. I'm going to get the Brestle and Lund bale fork. It's quite nice. I've used it before, I'm sure. I think it's one that I've used without too many issues. We'll see. But it is available for a telehandler, although it says it's front-loaded tool, so we'll grab that. Generally, the Brestle and Lund stuff is really good. That kind of assumes it's from the same mod maker, but and we're going to get a bucket as well. We're going to end up getting just a base game telehandler bucket because it's plenty big enough, really. Did I have a quick look at this one? No, I didn't, because it was tiny. The base game bucket is 2,600 litres, which is plenty for mixing feed, where mainly we're just scooping up some grain. And as we get into next year, so that probably changes to what grain we use, because we'll try and keep some of our own crop. Although I kind of like, so I'm just going to jump over to the store and check that I think that's where it went. So, and it had, so we just take tractor over there, grab that, get it back to the farm. I quite like using the farm supply pack, and if you're a regular, you will know. My logic for that is that I kind of see it as buying like feed quality grain versus the grain that we grow ourselves. So yeah, I might keep doing that because, we can make more money that way. So it's February 1st and the beefs are ready to sell again. So we've got 3 loads this time to get to the store and swap, basically. Eventually I might add the butcher mod on here. It would probably be a really good good way of making more money. I think we might have to keep the beef for longer, but we could probably make even more money. Quick shot of the stuff that I've brought for llama. So yeah, if you want to find me, I'll look like that. Let's get back in the tractor and get these sold, shall we? So again, we're making about 7 grand a trailer load, give or take. Yeah, so nice profit. As I said, you could keep them for about 10 hours and you would make a little bit less, because we're gaining a bit more because they're going over a month boundary of age, and you do get a little bit more as they get older. I think beef peaks at 3 years old, so we made about 7 grand and we've got an extra load. So yeah, not bad. Next time we'll make a bit more money. Long term, the plan is to get a trailer we can stick on one of the lorries and kind of up the scale even more. I think a little bit of me is tempted to keep that little trailer and keep it small for now. We'll see. But we're going to give the 7230 a repair. I've added in the repair indicator mod because it keeps bugging me that it's showing the damage bar on the HUD looks awful. But if you look on the wear indicator HUD in the middle of the screen, the tractor's fine. It's just the weight's damaged. So yeah. But we have a field to get ploughed and limed. I actually ended up going to the wrong field at first because I had in my head that it was field 10, which is just across the road from us. It's not. It's field 19, which is another road across. Not a problem, because before I started ploughing, I actually want to check the lime levels in the field, because it's worth doing before we plough. And as it turns out, because it's a field that we brought with crop in, the lime is pretty horrendous. So we're going to load up a couple of the ploughs. Originally, I was going to take all three over and do what I did before, but we ended up needing to lime. So yeah, I probably did it the wrong way around, because I had the 7230 and the 8220 on the ploughs, and then the 7250 on the lime spreader. I should have had the 7230 on the lime spreader, but it all worked out okay. They've all got enough power to pull these ploughs just fine. So again, we'll give everything a quick repair and get over to the field, I think. So still in this kind of weird holiday period. I don't know. I know some of you are back to work, but I generally have, well, where I work shuts down between Christmas and New Year, so no one works. And we have to take holiday. You're a flying deer. Hey, you're out of season. Yeah, we have to take holiday, so we're kind of mandated to take 3 days holiday, and it doesn't bother me because I always take a few weeks off anyway. But yeah, and you know, we finished yesterday. We finished all of the family traveling stuff, and today is kind of a rest and recovery day. So yeah, this field is okay for lime. I might lime it before I plant. I'm not sure. It won't use that much lime to do it, so it's probably worth doing, and it's pretty close. So just to kind of maximize the yield that we can get out of the field. But we need to head over to field 19, not field 10. Which, here we are. So yeah, this one does need lime. This is only okay. And really, I want at least good. So we're going to jump back to the farm, grab the 7250 and one of the breedles, and head over with some lime. I really do need, well, I say I only want to maximize the yield. I should have mulched this field as well. We have a mulcher now, so I should have mulched it, but I forgot. And again, I'm saying maximizing yield. The weed experiment is going to hit our yield that we achieve in the end on that field. Hey, I need to go back and watch my videos. I might just leave the weeds in there, get the extra yield, and take the hit on the environmental score. Or just do a little bit of the field with See and Spray. Game the system a little bit. Just a little bit. I have added in a few mods. So the Wardrobe Plus. I think I had Wardrobe Plus anyway, but I've made the version for lamb. I've updated better contracts. I've added in the chaff missions because they look kind of cool. Been watching Cartec do those. And I've added in lime missions to see how that goes. Now, I had issues with that mod before, but it's been updated, so hopefully it'll work and it'll be fine. I think there's a rolling missions one as well. I'm not sure if that's by Trix as well. I didn't see it on his GitHub, but I maybe didn't look hard enough. So, yeah, I did grab all of those off of his GitHub. There is a more up-to-date version on there for the chaff missions that's set up to work with Maze Plus. And also I updated the crop rotation mod so that we've got the premium crops in. I'm not sure I'm going to plant any on here this year, although I've just brought the ridger. Because getting a harvester is going to be prohibitive. I don't want to use the KS6B that we're using on Glenlarthen. I don't want that to be on every single save just because it's cheap and effective. And I don't think we'll be able to afford a Thor harvester. So yeah, well, we'll keep going with what we can, I think. Yeah, so going to get the lime spread, and then we will make some progress on getting the field ploughed. And I'm going to use a mixture of me and workers to get that done. Sorry, just had a message on Discord. I shouldn't open Discord while I'm doing this. It's a bad idea. Cartec, you are a distraction. But it looks like you might have some cool news. So, hey. Yeah, so it's still in this weird kind of Christmas period of, you know, not working, not really doing very much. I've got a whole load of stuff that I want to do around the house when I get to it, but when I get to it, if I get to it, even I may not get to it all. It's one of those things. I've had a standing job to get done, which is to clean the loft or the attic out at home, and I made a start on it, but then kind of stop. So the cool news that Kartik just sent me is I am number 3 on DJ Go Ham's mods that make farm sim super easy with fixed crop prices. That's kind of cool. I wonder if, no, it's not. I was going to say, I wonder if that's why it had a massive spike in downloads, but it seems too soon for that. So yeah, we'll see. Some more downloads on there would be kind of cool. I'm going to close Discord now so I don't get any more distracted. So I've done a trip around the field and we are almost empty. I think I ran back up as well with VCA set. And we're now just going to finish emptying off, and then I've got auto drive ready to go run this back to the farm, fill up with lime, and while that's doing that, I'll sort out getting a work going with the plough. Because this is quite a big field to get done with our 3.3 meter ploughs. So that's that going off, and we're going to jump in the 7230, get a couple of rows done with me driving just to start the process basically. So in the sales through January, there was a 6 series, which is very tempting, and another 7 series, less tempting. The 6 series was very tempting, but I was basically going to be buying it as a yard tractor, and the Class Scorpion is much better option, I think. So yeah, kind of makes more sense to have that. Although, not doing a huge amount of bale loading work because I've got universal auto load on here, which makes life so much easier. Kind of weird, but so much easier. Yeah, but it's kind of feed mixing, and we will need to move bales around the yard. Where I placed them in the sheds, I don't like where I auto unloaded them because it makes it kind of hard to pick them up without just picking them up from the ends, and I'm not a fan of doing that. So I think next time we bring bales up, I'll unload them outside the shed and use the telehandler to stack them the way I would like. We do have a problem that we don't have grass fields, and it's one of the things I'm trying to decide which grass fields to buy. There's 4 grass fields on the map. I think 4. Maybe there's a few more actually. I think, but there's not that many. We do own there's a little pasture next to the cow farm, which I plan to convert. It's currently got 2 small cow pens in it. I plan to convert that to be 1 bigger cow pen that's set up for grazing, so that we can move the beefs into there and they can graze and get us money for free. So I think those pens are set up for grazing, but I just want to have 1 in there. You guys know what I'm like. So the worker is doing weird things. I thought I had set them up to run on the same angle that I was, but they are slightly off, and so they're doing slightly weird things, which is a little bit annoying, and there is a little bit of tidying up that I had to do. I basically did it between runs when this tractor was going back to the farm to refill with lime. I had brought over the 8 series, and I was just using the plough on that to tidy up until I get stuck into ploughing the other side of the field. I think, not sure if it's here. Yes, it is there. You can see it's off to the right of the screen where we are now. So I think I'd already tidied that up and maybe done 1 strip down the field on the other side, 1 or 2. So yeah, it's just trying to not use course play too much for some of these jobs. I enjoy ploughing, but I think doing this field on my own would have been too much work, unless I just did a load of it between videos, and I kind of wanted to get most of it done. so that it didn't end up being a 2-video job, pretty much. So I don't think there's much more we need to do in February. If the weather stays good, we can do some mulching, some more liming, some cultivating, probably some field prep. I need to look out for a new seeder, actually. Really don't want to keep using that seeder we've got at the moment. So yeah, I do need to have a look for that, or just take a loan out to buy one. I think we're going to have to take a loan to buy the grass field, and maybe we do that as one hit. We borrow enough so that we can buy a grass field and we can buy the new seeder, and we just sell the other one. It might be a good idea. We've got about 300 grand's worth of soybeans to sell once summer comes again. And that I'll either use that to pay some loan off, or we'll use it to buy some more land again, like we did. I think I did that. No, last time I think I just took out a loan. But I think that's going to be, a really nice kind of pre-harvest bonus. Yeah. It's going to be interesting as well to see how the forage contracts alter the harvesting that we get and stuff, because we got quite a lot of crop off of doing harvesting contracts. So yeah, I probably won't jump over to the oaks like I did, because I'm playing that map now on the series for the patrons. So I probably won't double up on that. We'll probably just stick to Saxthorpe and maybe just progress a bit quicker. So yeah, in fact, at this point, we will say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You are all awesome. And let's just make a note of that so I can edit the video later. So that's this field lined. I'm going to set course plate up and also drive to lime the field next door, because again, it's in a similar state, because we bought these as a pair with crop in, and harvested them. So while course plate's doing that, I'll carry on with the ploughing, because we're kind of lucky. Field 19 is the only field of ours that needs ploughing. So now, to balance that, we did plough field 21, which was a monstrous job. But yeah, I think next year this field is going to have corn in, so this one will need ploughing. But unless we get hit with the ploughing every 3 crops, is it? I don't think we're going to have too much ploughing to do, which is kind of nice. So going to be pretty good to not have to plough too much. So yeah, I've got VCAs set up to do the job, so we can just crack on with getting this ploughed. It's kind of weird because this field is a slightly strange shape. I started ploughing at the little nudge here, checking sales again. The roper was quite tempting again, getting into root crops, although the wrong kinds of root crops, because it would be nice to use the DLC ones. Another class Scorpion, another lots of Deutz for sale, but there is this crone from the hay and forage pack, crone tedder, and I could really do with a tedder, because at the moment we don't have one. So when we do get a grass field, I want to be able to make some hay. So when I can, in the sales, we'll pick up a tedder and a windrower. So we've got currently I was just going to be resetting the store delivery point so it goes to the shop. We've got a baler, a wrapper, and mowers at the swath. So we could do silage, but we couldn't do hay. We can now ted it at least, but we need a windrower really. So unless we get a quick bale, then we'd be okay. We wouldn't have to worry about anything like windrowing like Kartek and I did on Deadly Squat. So yeah, if you're using the quick bale with Maize Plus, my recommendation is that you use fresh or semi-dry grass. If you use conditioned grass, you'll get whole crop silage just because they're custom bales, and conditioned grass uses the base game grass fill type, and that goes to silage. And I think if Mark changed that to go to grass fermented in the mod hub version, that would cause issues with people that weren't using Maize Plus or were on console. But there's no, with his bales, there's not the benefit you get with the Maize Plus bales of going from fresh to conditioned to semi-dry, in that you get more in them and they get lighter. The bales with the quick bale are all the same size and the same weight, so you may as well use fresh grass. So just don't bother turning the conditioner on and you'll be fine. You get the same amount, weighs the same. So yeah. Only just discovered that thanks to chatting to Marks. So yeah. I think when I tested it, I must have tested it with fresh grass and maybe semi-dry and not conditioned. So, but yeah, it's fine. You'll be okay. If you're using something like the quick bale, you know, you're not too worried about realism, obviously. So just use fresh grass. You'll get grass silage. You'll be happy. Now just kind of working through getting this field plowed. The course player is doing a cracking job of liming the other field. And yeah, one thing that bugs me, it bugged me in FS19, real colour. And how quickly it changes. I might be wrong, but I don't think that wheel that's in dirt would have changed, or that side of the tractor that's in dirt would have changed colour so quickly. Could be wrong, but you know, the one thing that bugs me about real dirt colour or real colour, whatever it is, I really like that, you know, if the tractor's in lime, the tractor gets dirty with lime. But the fact that it swaps so quickly is kind of annoying. So, it's nice having two tractors working in the field. It's very cool. It's one thing that I like. You know, we're just using the base game work here, but it's one of the things I like about things like course play and auto drive is that you can have a heck of a lot more going on a map. I generally play with traffic turned off because the traffic is so dumb. So having my own stuff moving around just improves things a little bit. You can actually see the two cow pens that I mentioned just off in the distance because I have the markers turned on. I should turn those off because they glow so freaking far. I wonder if you can change the visible distance of those. Probably an edit to something base game. I might have a look at that because I do like to have them on. Oops. But I don't like the fact that they are visible from infinity. Yeah, it's easy for me to say. From a really long way. Yeah. So, for those that are curious, the wheel is pretty much set up. I've actually just taken it down so I can do this. And at some point, I'll use it to play the game. And you'll find out, I guess. I spent a lot of time mapping keys and stuff to things that I wanted them to be, because I'm funny like that. And I've got a load more to map still. I also picked up Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition for £4, so that could be some fun. Yep, the PS4 PC is, or PS4 Costa PC is set up. It's got Windows on it now. I've just got to install Farm Sim and see how that plays. But I've got so many things to get done, and I'm kind of enjoying just kind of spending time with Mrs. D and relaxing. Yeah, things will get back to normal probably middle of next week. So I'm not back at work until Wednesday, and I think it'll be after that when things go back to normal. So appreciate you all kind of sticking with me as I take a bit of a break. Yeah, so I'm not going back to work until Wednesday because she's got a hospital appointment on the Tuesday to take her to. So I'd kind of half planned to take Tuesday off anyway, and it just makes life a lot easier for me to take her to that rather than her having to go on her own. So, and you can see there that I didn't notice, and you may have noticed when I started course play, I did nearest waypoint or next waypoint, not first waypoint. So it missed the first headland. So I do have to go back and sort that in a bit once it's finished. So it's pretty close to being finished. It's only got 10 minutes left. So, and it didn't take that long to then run a headland. So yeah, just a bit frustrating that I'd kind of been a bit of a noob there. I think courseplay was all just set from running it on the big field, field 21. So yeah, So it doesn't really matter which grass field I buy, I don't think, because the plan is to buy them all. But I'm kind of trying to make things look like a consistent block of farmland rather than us owning things scattered around the map. So I'm a little bit tempted to buy field 40, which is next to the cow farm, and then plant that as grass. I'm a little bit tempted. The bonus of that is it means we will keep the grass fields that have contracts on them, which means we can get more bales, and it's next to where we want the grass bales to be anyway. So it does have a crop in it at the moment, but we didn't plant it, so I'm kind of not bothered if I end up, plowing that in. I actually got paid to fertilize it, but again, that won't count because of precision farming. So yeah. Right. Courseplay is done. Any second now. Any second now. Courseplay. Thank you. So we're going to finish this row. I'll go over. I'll try not to hit that again. And we will reset to run the headland that I missed. And then we'll call it a day because it's kind of getting dark and I just need to finish the ploughing anyway. So once this is done, we will call it a video. And I think next time we'll just be doing even more field prep. So we've got a bunch of fields to mulch. I think I'm going to put lime over the ones that aren't planted yet. Just keep that up at perfect while we can. It's easy, an easy job to get done. If they're close to the farm, it's pretty quick to refill and they won't use that much. So I think we'll get that done. We'll get some fields mulched ready for planting. And I do think that I'm going to sell the planter that we have and pick one up from the horse DLC. I think that's probably a much better option. There are some 12-meter ones on there, one that we demoed earlier or last year, and we've got the big Defent now. So I think we don't have any horsepower concerns. It's just a case of borrowing the money to pay for it, and we paid a big whack off the loan anyway. So I think on here we're going to be in debt until we get close to the end, to be honest. I think the only way we wouldn't be is if I was either pushing dairy much harder or doing something like sheep and fabric production and then into clothes, and I don't fancy doing either of those. So small scale animals is quite nice. It's quite easy to progress time quickly. Like I progressed through January really easily and really quickly, so that's kind of nice. It's bringing us in a little bit of cash. It's bringing us in. It's going to get so it's bringing us in a steady income once I get to the point where I have all of the beef cows that I want. Yeah, it's kind of animals on easy mode. It almost feels like it's like mix one load of food a day, maybe give them some straw. Good. Anyway, I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Hope if you are still off work, you're having a good break. And if you're back at work, it's not too painful. Questions or suggestions, stick them below. And I will see you next time. I'm not sure when that'll be, but soon.